Happy New Year, everyone. You have the Lovewell real estate team here. Myself, Margaret Hanson, Katie Lovewell, and Louise Lovewell. And we're here to give you our monthly market update. We'll be looking at December's numbers from last year. So we're in January now. But those are the most recent numbers we have. And Katie is going to share her screen to show you what sales and activity is looking like.
All right, here, here we go. I'm pushing the button and I'm not getting, oh, there we go. Here we go. I am going to share it. All right, let's begin in Fremont and make sure it's as big as possible. Okay, so Fremont and most cities, what we're seeing is that it's a typical seasonal slowdown. Both buyers typically check out and sellers kind of knowing that a lot of buyers are checking out for the holidays, take their property off the market, and sometimes just plan to relist. But we'll definitely see a lot of cities in which the active inventory right here at the end of December is low because seasonally it's always low in December, but even compared to sometimes last year, they are even lower. Although in Fremont it was 26 last year, last 2020 or December 2024, it was 15, so higher than that. But again, compared to where it was earlier in the year, 109, 102 in the summer at the end of the month, 26 for active homes, definitely pretty low. Pendings also went down, but you can see though that it seems like prices might be coming back up, which typically they don't begin to rise till January. So that's definitely a slight change. But also interest rates, I think are down a little bit, or they have gone down, I think, since our last meeting, but they're definitely compared to where they were a few years ago. I think they're, lower than they have been for some time. So that is good. And we should definitely start seeing an effect with prices because of that. Okay, so Hayward actives at the end of December was 41. The year before was 33. So also a little bit higher than the year before, but still normal for it to be that low. And we do see prices going down. But expecting that now with inventory down, and as we saw in Fremont, I think prices will start to turn around. San Leandro, also, you can see very low inventory, just 13. And the year before, it was 25. So that's definitely lower. But like Fremont, we do see the prices have started to rise back up a little bit. Castro Valley, the active inventory at the end of December was 11. The year before, it was 20. So definitely low, historically as well. And prices are still showing like Hayward that they're going down, but I do expect that will start to shift. And Oakland, similar as the other cities, inventory is down. It was 202 compared to 268 the year before. And we do see, just like some of the others, that the prices are starting to pick back up, even though the new year hasn't started. They're getting a kickstart, I guess, on the excitement. Okay, Alameda was almost the exact same level of active homes at the end of December. In 2025, it was 9, and in 2024, it was 8. Prices definitely had a big drop from like kind of a peak in late October to December. But again, I do expect that will start to shift around. And moving to Berkeley, we see prices again are heading back up a little bit more sharply than some of the other cities. Inventory is definitely very low, 12 active homes at the end of December. Their high last year was 109, so that's definitely quite a change. And compared to December of 2024, that was 36. So definitely very little, not a lot of options for buyers right now. But again, we are already seeing in many cities that are starting to pick back up. So hopefully that will change for buyers so they have more options. Lafayette, again, prices are coming back up, and we do see inventory is very low, only 9 active homes last December compared to 14 in 2024. And then Pleasanton, 21 active homes at the end of December. There was 27 the year before, so definitely lower than that. And we do see prices going down, but again, I think that's going to start to shift. And Livermore, active homes was 28, which was actually higher than the year before. It was only 19. But again, if you look at, all the months before, it's definitely much lower. So in general, all the active homes have been very low, but we are seeing more homes being listed every day. There, people are back from the holidays, and excited to, I guess, sell and buy. But Louise just went to our local realtor marketing meeting, and I think she would like to share some things that she learned in that meeting.
So what I learned is from last week to this week. Last week on the tour was like one home. So it took a little bit for people to kind of gear up. This week, there were, I think, 5 homes on what they call Super Tour. And I think Katie, you had a good showing. I think she had 17 realtors come through, which is quite a bit. And they had someone from realtor.com come and talk, and the person asked how many people had were working with sellers and how many people were working with buyers, and definitely there were very few people that had buyers, but there were definitely a lot more people that had sellers. So it seems like maybe there is going to be like a lot more listings coming on the market. So I think for buyers, this is probably a really good opportunity because I think there's not going to be as much on the market. And when they did this thing that they call wants and needs, there was only myself and I think another realtor that said, okay, I have a buyer that wants such and such. And so definitely the seller, the amount of sellers definitely that are coming on the market, maybe not just now, but that are coming. It's coming, in other words, but the buyers are kind of maybe holding back a little bit. I'm not sure. So, but like you said, the interest rates are a little bit like around 6 or a little below, so that seems good. I just think for the buyers, there's just this uncertainty. I know one of our buyers, they were worried because they have a federal job. It's like, will that job still be there in a couple of months? I don't know. So there's the economic uncertainty kind of thing too. So, and I mean, just to give an example, I know like, I'm thinking this is way across the country, but my nephew in Tennessee, Mark, he has been struggling to sell his place and they took his house off the market, kind of like what we did with one of our listings. And now they put it back on. I think they tweaked some things, but I think they were a little frustrated. So I just have to let them know, hey, it's kind of happening everywhere, right? Just like not only here, it's like all across the country. So anyway, we shall see. This is January, and usually January is the month that things kind of start to turn around. But to me, that Katie had 17 agents come through at a broker tour, that's good. I think that's really good.
Definitely.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I don't have anything else to add. I mean, I guess we can see what happens next month. Margaret, I don't, did you have anything else you wanted to add? Sorry.
No, I just think, like echoing Louise, that I do think inventory is probably going to pick up. We have seen a lot of listings that were put on hold over the holidays. They just weren't doing well because the market was a little depressed, end of last year. So I think we're going to see maybe kind of a little surge of houses coming on the market. I do hope that's going to draw buyers out because I do think buyers may also be a little frustrated that the inventory is not there that they want to see. So in general, I think that it all could pick up on both sides, but we will see what happens.
For
I
sure.
don't know, here's one more thing that I just thought of. We've had 2 open houses at the mobile home park. And the mobile home, I mean, this is a mobile home, not a house, but we had 20 some groups come through on the one Sunday, and I think like about 15 groups come through on the other. And then I was talking to an agent who had a house in Castro Valley, and he had like 40 groups come through on Sunday. So I mean, the buyers are there. The buyers are there. And it's just like what we're seeing on our mobile home. It's just a bit of a struggle. They need to either get their financing together or whatever. I mean, it's a work in process. You just have to be very patient. This is not the kind of market where somebody says, oh, I like the property, I'm gonna write the offer right now. You just have to, they have to get through all the hoops, meaning like getting their loan approved, getting, I don't know, getting their mindset that this is what they really want.
Definitely.
That's my story.
All right.
All
Well,
right.
I think that's it for now. So hope the rest of January and beginning of February goes well for everybody, and we'll see you next month.
That's right. Okay. Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Good January.